Welcome back to Pulse TV Live. I am Missy Molu, and it is time for a Pulse TV Live exclusive interview. Yay! In the studio with you right now, I have Ijeoma Aniebo, who is an actress. What kind of actress are you? Tell me.
Well, it's really difficult to say these days. In fact, when people ask me that question, I say, they say, "What do you do?" I say, "I'm an actor." Of which, yes, nowadays we say actor, not actress anymore. Don't mind me, I'm just messing around. But no, they say, "Oh, so what kind of actor are you?" I say, "I'm an actor." Oh yes, no, stage or screen. I'm an actor. So it literally just means I can pretty much morph into any genre.
Okay, all right.
As much as I apply myself to it, and I think any real actor can. So it's not the challenges are very different, but I mean it's all just different media.
I see. Okay, so let's just start from the beginning. How'd you get into acting?
Well, I've always wanted to act. In fact, I think acting was the first thing that I wanted to do. And then I told my mother that I was going to read theater arts in the university. She said, over her dead body. I decided I didn't want to kill her yet.
Yes.
She said, no, I want you to read law. I said, okay, mother, that is not going to work. You do know how I am. I'm pretty sure the judge will be holding me in contempt more times than I would actually be solving any cases.
Okay.
So let's find a common ground. So we sat down together, figured it out, and I read English.
Okay.
But the beautiful thing about English is that you get a lot of courses from theater arts. So at the end of the day, I still ended up doing what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah. But then when I was done, there's that fear of not knowing how to start in the business, how you're going to exist, how you're going to cope. So I went and I got a regular job. So I worked as a TV presenter for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
Actually 3 years. 6 months somewhere else, and then 2.5 years in high TV.
Okay.
And then I went to work with a friend who has a production company, Aboriginal Productions, and I was their project manager, so I handled most of the television, theater, and music aspects. And then one day I thought to myself, I said, I'm sitting here building other people's careers. And one day I'm going to wake up and I'll be married and have kids, and there won't be time to chase what I really want to do. So now that I don't have responsibilities, I might as well go ahead and take this seriously and see how far it goes.
Okay.
So
that's how it all started.
But I had already been acting on the side, but just mostly.
But not as your mainstay.
No, at all.
All right, and then you made that decision. You started acting. What was your very first project that you did?
That's after, because I had done some stuff before, but then after that.
No, when you decided this is going to be your profession. Yes.
Let me see. When I made that decision, I was jobless for like 5 months.
Okay.
And then I got a stage play, actually an adaptation of a book, Bobo Motayo's Lagos Life, London Living. I never know which one is the. I'm not sure if it's London Life, Lagos Living, and I've been in that show.
It's Lagos Life.
It's Lagos Life, right?
Yeah.
I should be ashamed of myself. Anyway, so they were doing that for the Tarawa Festival, and that was the first job that I got after I said, you know what, acting is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and this is. And it was very intense. I loved working with the people that I worked with. They were fantastic actors. My director, Kenneth Uhu, was, amazing. So it was, and we got a standing ovation. Yay!
Oh wow!
So that sort of bolstered confidence. Like, okay,
I can do this.
You might actually know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not just But yeah, it was good times.
It was fantastic.
It was. Oh no, stage is a high. You can't really.
Okay, so do you prefer stage to actual, like, behind in the studio, basically? Behind, in front of the camera?
I don't know that I prefer either. I think that their challenges are very different, because the thing about stage is, so you rehearse and rehearse and rehearse to find that character, and then when you get into the character, you kind of have to stay that character for like 2 hours or so. And for some people, that's more difficult than going in and out.
Okay.
Because the thing about camera is you find the character. When the director calls cut, half the time you're going to eat, so you might not be able to stay in character. So you're constantly doing that back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's so challenging that you have to pick up exactly where you left off, from the last shot. So, screen on its own is a problem. Stage on its own is a problem. The two of them together is just like,
and you can't really compare and contrast, basically, right?
No, I don't think people like to do it. Some people tell you that theater is the reality, but when you're on a set, you know, and especially if you have to do, maybe take for instance, you have to do a nude scene. And there are like 6 million people around, gaffers, lightsmen, and you have to take your clothes off like you're in your bedroom and nobody's looking at you. That is a completely different scenario altogether.
Have you had to do something like that before?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
But you think you'll be able to handle it if the situation comes up?
Well, I like to say that I like to, you know, help my character tell her story, you know, as best as possible. So I'm not averse to the idea of it, but I am cautious about it because you have to be careful, especially if you can't really tell me why I'm taking my clothes off, then it doesn't make any sense.
If it doesn't make any sense to the character.
Yeah, some people just like to do that. And, you know, if I was going to do that, I'd be a porn star. So, you know. So other than that, no, I don't. I remember telling my sister, I said, so, you know, I might be doing a short movie in a few weeks where I might take my clothes off. She was like, you're on your own. No? I said, what is that supposed to mean? She was like, hey, you're on your own. I said, oh, but you're watching other people. And she said, they're not my sister. I said, okay. Thank you for telling me. At least now I have an idea of what my mother would say.
Exactly. Much worse. Much worse.
She might just disown me.
Exactly.
So I might have to be careful about that one.
Like, is this the acting that you insist on doing just so you can be naked and the whole world can see you? Is that what it's about?
You know.
I've had a conversation with your mom here, so I know how these things go. Now, you mentioned something. You said you decided, first of all, you were thinking, you know what, you're supporting other people's careers, right? And you were like, before you get married, before you have babies, you know, before you have responsibilities, you want to do it now when you don't have responsibilities. Do you think it's impossible that you actually let your career flourishes if you get married and have babies?
I don't think it's impossible, but I do think it's harder. Because I will be torn between, like right now I'm on set for 2 months. If I had babies, not necessarily kids, because I think that if your career has gotten to a certain point, you would know exactly how to handle it. Or if your children have grown to a certain age, you would know how to, you know, balance the two. But like if you had like a 3-month-old, would I take my 3-month-old on set with me and, you know, have that whole situation of her being uncomfortable, me being uncomfortable, me making the entire set uncomfortable because, you know, it'd be a new environment. She'll be, you know, cranky, touchy, and there's all of that.
Because so, they always do prefer their own environment. Yes.
So I don't think that it's impossible, but I would rather not wait to find out exactly how difficult it is.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how you're doing it, but you know, you guys are super moms. So I will grow up and get there someday.
One day. It's really not easy, but yeah, you get through it basically. Okay, so that much said, basically, you know, you started your career, and what are the projects, for example, that you're working on now?
So like I mentioned earlier, I'm doing a TV series for On TV, which is Sound City's sister station, and it's a big project because we're going to be on set for 2 months. Okay. But in between that, I have like 2 other TV series that I have to do for Ebony Life. I have a short film.
Okay.
I have to keep doing that because we haven't had the conversation about whether I'm taking it yet.
Okay.
Some family members are strongly not in support of it.
Of the short film.
Yes.
Why?
Well, because it would require some nudity.
Oh, really? For sure, definitely.
For sure, definitely.
And it is necessary to the character.
It is. She's a character who's just been raped, so it's sort of like the story after the rape. So it's very intense, and a lot of it will take place, you know, in the bathroom when you're trying to really scrub.
Oh, right.
Like scrub the whole event off. So yes.
Yeah.
So there will have to be some sort of. Me and the director haven't quite decided yet how much, you know, we're gonna have to show or what the poses are. So we're still working on that. So those are the projects that I know about. And the beautiful thing about acting is that you could be jobless 1 minute and be completely overwhelmed the next. So I don't know how many more are coming. Yeah. But God has been good to me this year.
Okay, so how do you, for example, somebody wants to break into the acting scene? Yeah. Let's say tomorrow I wake up and I'm like, I want to be an actor. What do I do?
First of all, be sure that you have enough money so that you can eat for the next 6 to 8 months. Yeah. Not that it means that you will not get roles. It just means just in case, like just have that
Because there's always
Yes.
downtime.
There will always be downtime, and you have to plan properly. You have to understand that you will have to live on a budget because you don't have like a regular salary.
Okay.
I would definitely say take acting classes,
Okay.
as many as you can come across. I'm still in class every day. In fact, I have like 2 or 3 different classes that I attend at least
Okay.
once or twice a month.
Where?
So one of them is in Ikoyi. We do that with a director who is a teacher as well. There's another one in Anthony as well, who with an older actor who is also a scriptwriter. And then there's a class where just a bunch of young actors come together where we share ideas
Okay.
and everybody tries to just support
Okay.
and help each other out,
Right.
you know, to try and grow.
Okay.
Because you will never understand, like watching somebody else do something or watching other people tell you how to do things would really open your mind on how to handle stuff. And then, you know, just tell people who you know, talk to people who you know are in the industry. You could go to Terra Culture, you will always find actors and artists there. You could get their BBPs, they will send you audition notices, and you can just start trying out and see whether it's possible to,
so
to get
I
it.
mean, you said that part of the challenges of the acting career is the downtime, you know, is the learning how to budget, is the non-steady income, it's the long hours,
Oh Lord.
you know, and literally you must commit yourself.
Yes, you must.
And
Yes, you must.
what other challenges are there, if I haven't mentioned them all? Which
Oh
I know
Lord.
I haven't.
Well, here's the weird thing. It used to be difficult to be in a relationship as an actor.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's changing. That seems to be changing. Nigerian men seem to be more accepting of it now. It seems to now be an acceptable career path.
Of course.
So, in fact, nowadays, when guys ask me, what do you do? I say, I'm an actor. They're like, oh, cool. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I did
As
not expect
opposed
that.
to
As opposed
before.
to, oh, okay. And then you literally, like you can see it, it's so obvious. You'd see them literally just switching off. Up to a point where it's like, you know, I think I have like an appointment. I really need to go. So yeah. So there is. So I don't know if I would say, but it is still a challenge being an actor and having a family relationship, whatever. Because especially if your other half is not
In the same
predisposed to
industry.
to the public eye, it can be a bit of a challenge. Not as much in the States or in the UK or in Europe as here, because we don't really have a paparazzi culture.
Yes.
So, you know, you will not necessarily have people who follow you around, but if you guys have troubles, it will end up in the news. If somebody spots your husband somewhere, even if it's with a colleague, it will show up as something else.
Of
And
course.
sometimes, just for the fun of it, they will make up tabloid news
True.
just to sell newspapers.
Very true.
And you know,
Very
that could hurt you.
Very, very
So
true.
there is that.
Okay. And so you have the little challenges with the relationships, with, you know, everything else that you mentioned. Where, like, you know, based on all the projects that you've worked on and everything, where do you see your career going? What are the future aspirations? You have projects that you're working on, right? So where, let's say this year, what do you want to accomplish this year?
Well, first of all, I want to do my first international feature this year.
Okay.
I always tell people that, funny enough, Lagos was not on my plan list when I was doing this. I literally was going to go from university to New York straight away. So that has not waned for me. But I have come to understand and really, will I say, be grateful for the training that I've gotten here, for the people that I've worked with, for the directors who've believed in me, for the producers who've cast me. You know, I think that a friend of mine gave me a wonderful piece of advice a long time ago. He said, try and make it here first before you start going. Because my whole mind was like, no, get out there, and then when you get out there, then when you come back here, you know,
then you're established and everybody knows you.
But he was like, if that's not working, and you don't really know that that's going to work, this is an industry that you understand. How about you prove yourself here?
Yeah.
And see how you can't use that to jumpstart an international career.
Right.
So, I'm not a popular actor, but I do have enough confidence to say that yes, now I can step into Hollywood and say hire me, because I will be damn good.
Okay, you would step into Hollywood and be like, hire me because I'm damn good, right? Now, even actors in Hollywood, this is a question whereby it's something that actors go through on a daily basis. You guys go through rejection day after day,
Oh,
after
Lord.
day after day
Yeah,
after
no
day.
idea.
You get your audition broadcast. Everybody goes there hoping to get the part. You see like 100 people all lined up.
Yep.
For a
true.
cast of
12
at the most.
At the most, yes.
Basically. Now, how do you deal with the fact whereby you've auditioned, you've done your bit, and you're like, I killed it, and then you don't get a call?
I'm not going to lie. When I first started, it was hard, and when you hear the person who got the role besides you, you keep telling yourself, oh, it's because this person is better than me, or maybe I didn't do well enough, and you start, literally knocking yourself down.
Yeah.
But funny enough, there are at least 26 top reasons why you didn't get picked for a role before they even start assessing your talent.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it can be that you didn't impress the judges,
okay,
whoever is casting, the casting director. But a lot of the times, it's just because you didn't fit the role. So you did your performance, and they looked at it and they didn't see the character that they wanted.
Okay.
It might not have had anything to do with how good you were. It might just be, oh no, we might have wanted her to be a little bit more timid. You're a very strong personality, or you're too short, you're too tall, your hair is not brown enough, you're not light-skinned enough. There are like 600 million reasons why you didn't get the part, and to now sit down and be knocking yourself on the head every time, it's just literally career suicide.
How does that chip away at your personality?
Oh my God, you get to the point where you don't even want to go to auditions anymore. You're tired, you're despondent, you're lying in bed, you're depressed. People are calling you everywhere and trying to get you out of bed, and you're just like, I mean, I'm no good at this thing, so why am I even bothering to go? But I keep saying, and the one thing that Nigerians have is resilience, so just keep going, and one day you'll be very surprised.
As you're talking, you seem to be thinking back at the experiences that you've
See,
had.
I've been to a lot of auditions. I've been to lots. In fact, I've gotten roles. We've talked about the roles, and then I haven't heard anything. Like they shot with somebody else, and then somebody will come here and say, "So, I was at this premiere yesterday. Weren't you supposed to be in the movie?" I'm like, "What now?" I did not even know that they shot.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to get to a point where you say, it's either I quit this now before it causes me to kill myself, or whatever. If I don't get this one, I'll get the next one. If I don't get the next one, I'll get the one after that. There will always be a job, is the one advice I will give to whoever wants to.
Okay.
Don't ever think that if you don't book this job, it means you will never book any job.
Yeah.
There will always be another one. People shoot movies every day.
Okay.
People shoot TV series every day.
Okay.
There are TV commercials. Try your hands. Plethora of opportunities. You have everything at your disposal, so just keep going. And if you don't book this one, you might book the next one. If you don't book the next one, you might book one 3 months from now. That might be better than the first one that you wanted to book. You never know.
So just keep on going.
Just keep going.
Keep on pushing through.
Just keep pushing.
Okay, so you want to do an international feature this year.
Definitely.
5 years down the line, where do you want to be?
Winning an Oscar.
Yeah. Really?
It's
possible. It's very possible.
It is what it
Look
is.
at Lupita Nyong'o. I mean, she was on Sugar.
Yeah.
Basically. And then she went to do a course in Harvard.
She went
an acting course, right? In Harvard.
Yes.
And then from there she auditioned for 12 Years a Slave.
Yep.
And voila.
Look at her now.
That's pretty impressive. See, I always have it because with me, it's just like, I just have all these different... I was talking to Lynx yesterday. He was on the show yesterday.
Okay.
And I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, I'm always like, I can sing. I should get together with his producer, do that. And I'm always thinking, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. That sort of thing. And everybody has their dreams and aspirations and whatnot. But of course, at the end of the day, you will decide what part of that particular dream you actually want to follow. Yes. So in 5 years, you want to win an Oscar. Then you win the Oscar, then what next after that?
Oh my lord. So
you must think.
Like you, I sing, I dance.
Okay.
I have done TV presenting. I'm the entertainment industry, so I also write as well.
Okay.
So, I hate script writing, but I can do it.
Because it's a little bit more complicated than just writing the story out.
Yeah, but
you have to break down the dialogue and all that.
But there are softwares to help you do that. Okay. So that might be something that I might be looking into doing in the future. So I mean, around entertainment, there's so many things that you could do. You can just decide that what you want to do is line produce for somebody, which is literally just be the person who does the scheduling, the breaking down, and that's a career path as well. So I'm 10 years from now, I might not want to be in front of the camera. I don't know that yet. But I'm saying
but right now you love it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm just a happy person to live other people's lives. I know that makes me weird.
Which is it's I mean, yeah, okay, so let me ask you the question. What is it like? You read a script and you must imbibe this role and you must become this different person. Does it affect you?
Of course it does.
Yeah?
Of course it does.
Okay.
Unless you're not doing it as truthfully as you should.
Okay.
You're going to have to find a point where you and this character meet. And the thing is, so everybody can relate to everybody on like a basic level. Once you find that, then you can start to think about why the character thinks that way, and that will just help you build the character from there. But if you don't even try to, so the first thing that they will ever tell you in acting school is don't ever judge a character. It doesn't matter how evil or how slutty you think they are or whatever. There are reasons for why they do the things they do. Now it's up to you to find those reasons in the script and in the character and the person that you're getting to know, and then pretty much make excuses for them, so to speak, for them to be able to live this life. And you will see that once you can find the reasoning behind whatever actions they're taking, it's very easy for you to say, okay, yeah, if I'm thinking like that, that might be something that I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
when you're done, it's like, oh my God, I did not just do that. Like, I know myself, I would never make that choice.
Yeah.
And these things sort of make you doubt yourself on a regular. It's just like, I'm not really sure I know who I am right now.
Okay, but for example, what's been your hardest role? Whereby, when you act, you become that person. What's been the hardest role that you act, and then it's really hard for you to sort of withdraw yourself from this person?
Hardest. I think, weirdly, there are two.
Difficult, most intense type thing?
There are two. One was on stage and one was in front of the camera. I played Sidi in The Lion and the Drill. I had one of the most amazing directors, Mr. Toyo Shinaike. He pretty much broke me because I'm generally not a happy person, and Sidi's character was supposed to be this really happy-go-lucky, just. And for days after, I'd just be doing that, and I'd be wondering, what in the world is wrong with you? Stop it, and then I'd be in traffic. There'd be no music playing. I'd just be, okay, you might want to. People be looking at you right now. You're looking crazy. Okay, and then there was another one where I was playing a wife whose husband was lying to her pretty much for telling her that he had a job and going out every day and going to gamble. It's called Hard Times. It's supposed to be a short film, but it's actually like 40 minutes long, so it's actually a very long short film. And it's nominated for an AMVCA this year.
Oh wow! Okay,
which is great. Yay! I hope we win, but for us anyway. So he's lying to her, and all what he's doing every day is gambling and trying to make money to come home because he can't get a job. And one day she figures out that he's been lying and she doesn't want him to go anymore, but he still leaves. So her character.
He still goes. What do you mean? He still
like
goes
he still
out
goes out to gamble because the guys he was owing money came to ask him to pay them, and he didn't have any money. So now they were going to inculcate him into their gang, and she just had these dreams where she saw him dying.
Oh dear.
But he still left. So it was a very depressing, and I mean, she had a miscarriage in the movie. It was just a lot of crying. And for days after that, I'd just be like,
so it really affected you.
Oh no, it was to get there. You literally have to go to all the pain that you've been trying to suppress. And the annoying thing about pain is once you let it out, to put it back in is a problem. So you be sitting down in traffic just looking. You ain't thinking about nothing. Tears will just start falling.
Oh dear.
I'm like, okay.
So it literally just opens up a well of is it self-pity?
No.
Is it self-pity or
I
what
mean,
is it exactly?
we've all had situations in our lives where we've been hurt or we've been embarrassed or whatever. So it's those kind of memories that
come up.
Yes, that you take with you that now bring the emotions that this person is feeling to the forefront, so you understand how they feel, and then you can connect with it, and eventually you can display it as well. So you see, I'm getting all teary just doing that. Yeah, let's not think about it. Let's perk up.
Okay, so that's really, you know, that's quite intense, basically.
Yeah, it is.
Which it is a very, obviously, I'm going to definitely watch it because I want to see that, you know, because obviously you did something, right?
Sorry?
You did something really serious.
Well,
I mean, you guys are nominated, and it's a short film.
And
so
it's a very
impressive.
artsy film. It's black and white, and it's silent, and it's a lot of emotions. Like, it's a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
The director was like, he said, you know, you can't use words to escape this one, right? Like, you have to.
It's actually silent, so everything. Seriously,
it's just music.
Wow.
So it's just if you have to talk with your face, and if you're not talking with your face, then you're obviously not doing a good job.
Oh
so
my goodness.
We're really thrilled that we were nominated, even if we don't win, but we want to win. But even if we don't win, it means that somebody has acknowledged the fact that you put in quite a lot of work into this, and you really like it.
Wow, that is pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. I mean, from Pulse, we definitely wish you the best of luck.
Yay!
Definitely wish you the best of luck. So definitely, I'm sure a lot of people will be looking out for you now, especially rooting for you that you guys win the AMVCA.
Yes.
And the name of that short film again is
Hard Times.
Hard Times.
Yes.
All right. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I really actually want to go and watch that now, and I want to see exactly what it's about.
Oh Lord! And then you're
I mean, though, the thing is, you've
crier.
explained it, but at the end of the day, it's the sort of thing whereby I see. Here's my thing: I like to see the transition of how one person got from this place to the other place and everything and stuff like that.
Yes.
So wow, that's pretty great. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.